What's up, everybody? I'm Mitch, and I'm with the one and only Mixed Media Girl.
Hey, guys.
And I gotta stand up, girl. I was hurting. I was like,
that was
shaking.
a lot of work.
So we're back. We're on location at RK3 Designs, and I've seen you make tons of these vases. This is a flower pot, though. Have you ever made a flower pot?
I have. Not
Cool.
with resin, though. I've done it with acrylic pouring, so this will be a new one, and I like the size.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
big.
fun.
I'm gonna plant a giant flower in that.
Yes, you
or
are.
Or something. I don't know what I'm gonna put in it.
Mother's Day passed, but that's okay. You can still give it to your mom.
Yeah, I will. And we mixed up extra resin because we're going to let it flow onto this piece of foam, and we're going to hang that up on the wall as a piece of art.
Yeah.
If it turns out. What colors are we going with?
Purple, rondaqua,
Nice.
white, and then a little bit of silver, which is the light one, the alloy.
Yes.
I thought that would be a good add some sparkle without adding a lot of additional color.
Right, cool. And are we going to go even colors? Want to just divide that epoxy up into the cups evenly?
Yeah, let's do it.
And I'll give you
We can
the
leave a little
purples.
clear too.
Cool, and you're going to do the purples in one cup. I'll get the Rond Aqua and the alloy.
So I've got Alumilite white resin dye. We want an opaque color, and this is a great one. So that'll give us some good contrast and help the colors really pop. And then I've got the translucent violet dye and then the purple mica. And I'm gonna mix these two together because that's gonna make a really, really pretty deep purple that you won't get with just one or the other.
And I'm going to throw in some Rond Aqua and alloy on my side. I'm a newbie with the paste still, so I never know how much to put on.
Kind of just pretend like it's a dye.
Okay.
Yeah, about the same amount's good. Look at that deep purple. Ooh, that's like a royal purple.
I've been playing lately with like keeping a lot of clear in some of my pours.
Yeah, it adds a lot of depth.
Yeah.
It really does.
I love this alloy. It's one of my favorites.
It's one I need to use more often. I'm a gold person, so I was like, I'm gonna go with silver.
We Stone Coat sells alloy, and so does Rhonda on her website. She has a alloy from Leslie Creations.
Yeah.
How long have you been creating content, Marcy?
My channel started May 2017. It's actually almost my anniversary. Literally May 27th, I think it is. That's like 5 days away or something. I don't know.
Guys, if you haven't already, press pause on the video and jump on over to Mixed Media Girl on YouTube, Facebook, all the things. You won't regret it. She does some amazing content.
Yep, I got
cool.
paint, I got resin, I got colorants, I got all the things.
So we're leaving. It's okay to leave the vase down on our thing. We're going to pour it over. Then we're going to poke this hole through, set it on our stack, and then let all that resin self-level into that.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. So
Should
let's
we
start with
grease it
clear.
first?
Yeah.
So that it's greased under there?
Oh, no.
Don't matter?
No,
Okay.
because you want that's going to make the cool design. You want the resin to be able to go through, and if you put that down first, it won't work as well. So
Copy.
it's better to just leave it blank.
Okay.
So we're going to start off with
Sweet.
greasing this pot, though. And this is just some leftover clear. This is not a necessary step, but it helps.
Now, when I'm looking for a vase or a flower pot at the store to do this to, what am I looking for? Like, remember Kenny told me not to get too big of a valley here, right? Is that
Yeah,
kind of
you
the
don't
thing
want
I'm
something that has like a big crease or indent at the
feet
bottom.
on it and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Also, I try to avoid things with too much texture just because it can be hard to get it covered. But there's no rule about that. Honestly, none of these are rules.
All right.
It's just to make your life easier kind of thing, you know?
So when we
okay.
poke that hole, that'll be all right, because should we let it, I guess it'll drain on our bucket.
Yeah, we'll let it drain over there. There we go. Okay, now the fun part. So I generally start off with larger layers of my color just to
Okay.
kind of get it going. And then when you get to the end, you can do your more intricate design on the pot or the vase. I'd pour like around the edge here because we don't really need too much in the middle there. And just start off with a lot of each color. So whatever order
Just
you want to go
follow
in.
it.
Yeah, go for it. That's that Rond Aqua. Super pretty.
Yeah, so when we wetted the vase down, that'll make it flow evenly.
And then we'll just do a couple more times of basically doing that
My
with the
kids would love this project.
larger layers.
So we can mix up the order, right?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. I'm going back to silver here.
Okay, not too much though.
Okay. Half a silver. Look at that.
This guy.
I follow directions somewhat.
Yeah, okay.
How do you pick the right colors? It's hard for
These are the
people.
prettiest.
You just know from
It's the prettiest,
experience.
yeah.
I'm usually picking like a mica or two and then a couple dyes.
Yeah, I like to mix and match a lot. And purple you can't go wrong with, and Ronde Aqua you can never go wrong with.
How can I make a real pretty purple countertop?
I would use these. And then you can do some different, you can have one that's just the mica and one that's just the dye and then one that's mixed so that you have like a combination.
This is going to be cool. What about the inside? You don't worry about that, right?
No.
I put a little paint in there just in case like the soil didn't go all the way up and it just stayed black.
Yeah.
That'd be fine, right?
Yeah. So now we can start working kind of on the design on the pot itself a little bit more. And then pro tip, I recommend leaving a little bit of resin in your cups.
Oop, I'm running low on the Ronde Aqua.
At the end so that you can adjust as needed, and you can even let it cure a little bit, like maybe let it sit for 30 minutes or so, and then come back and have more definite lines, depending on the look you're going for. So what color do we want to be like our main color left over on here?
I don't know. I'm loving how it's looking now.
Okay. Also, sometimes if I'm going and I'm like, I'm pretty happy with that design, I'll just pour the rest around.
There's a lot in here.
Yeah.
What do we do?
You could even
Push it almost.
Yeah, right now, since we're not done with the design, we can use that as part of it. Look at that.
Sick.
Woo! Okay, never
Yes.
done this before,
This
so
is sick.
I'm just making
You made
it
like
up
a
as I
dirty
go.
pour come over it.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that added
was
some cool stuff, girl.
unexpected and amazing. Totally intentional.
That was an exciting boo-boo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna torch the air bubbles out real
What is
quick.
that? Oh my gosh, look at that silver with the purple. It's so pretty.
Looks geodish for sure. So the little valley there was almost a little unlock. This little reservoir. Let me get rid of the air in here. Cool, that is cool. That
Are we
little 34.
happy with the vase, or do we want to keep going?
Maybe a little more white in some areas.
Just thin lines, I would do. Maybe a tiny bit more Ronde Aqua too.
Yeah, that looks pretty.
And it's gonna keep moving. So
Right. And then we just let this spread out. When do we remove this?
I mean, I just generally wait until it pretty much stops dripping, which is usually after about 5 minutes or something.
Okay.
Also, you do not want to over torch this because then all your colors will blend, it'll all run off.
Yep.
So you want it to be a little bit thicker, and keep in mind you can put a clear coat on it. So I generally just very gently torch to get rid of the obvious air bubbles.
I'm gonna push this over
Go
like
for
you
it.
did.
And you can even do that in a little bit when it's also start to set a tiny bit, but nice.
I don't know. What did you think?
I like it. I say lightly torch it. Let's leave it for a few minutes.
Cool. I'm gonna torch this. I'll let you torch.
Yeah,
the
you can
pot.
torch that as much as you want. So let's move this out of the way.
We're gonna put it on the bucket thing over
clear
there.
off the path. Yep. Okay.
Do that?
Let's switch sides. You
Yes.
do. Yeah. You have
right.
the muscle.
We taped the drain hole.
Careful with the design, man. Okay,
know.
move it quickly.
Uh-oh.
You got this.
Oh.
There we go.
Tight.
Is this alcohol? Mm-hmm. Okay, so one thing I like to do that will help it close up faster, we're gonna just spritz that. Look, see?
I didn't think about putting alcohol
And
on
look
the
at that
board.
design. I know.
That's like greasing it with
sorry about
alcohol.
that, though.
Yeah. Just
What
Did
the
you put
heck?
it in the hole or around?
No, she just misted
No, I
the
just,
hole.
yeah.
That
well,
was dry.
I tried to mist
Like
it.
we greased everything? Okay.
Do you think we should do a specific design or just?
Yes, you should do whatever you feel would look best.
Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a tree ring over here.
Sweet.
And then we'll just add a little more here.
Cool. Do you have an all-time favorite project you've ever created?
No. Although I made a vase with the Ronde Aqua and gold,
Yeah.
and it probably, I would say, is like one of the prettiest things I've ever made.
This looks pretty cool.
Let's tilt.
Okay. This is foam, isn't it? Nice and light.
It is. Because I'm a little worried we're going to go over that wall. Ooh.
That level out now, huh?
Yeah. Tap it out. Tap it out.
Tap, taparoo.
I say we go back this way a little bit.
Your way?
Yeah.
Cool.
Gotta raise it up a little more on that. Yeah. Okay.
Back your way or don't? Nope.
No, I think that's good.
That looks cool.
Yeah.
2 projects in one. No wasted resin. I like it a lot. I love what it does to the silver.
I do too,
You know,
yeah.
the alloy just comes to life.
Can't wait to see these dry.
Guys, let us know in the comments below. Do you want to see more artwork from Big Mitch at Stone Coat Countertops? If you do, it's going to be a lot more collabs because I need training.
Collabs.
I could do countertops all day. Artwork. I get intimidated.
We'll educate you.
Yeah, you
we
do
got
so
you.
good, Marcy.
Mixed Media Girl on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all the things.
Do you have a website?
Mixedmediagirl.com.
All right, what do you sell there?
Secret. Resin, pouring paints, pouring mediums, split cups, bottle bottoms, aprons, kits, you name it. All things art related. And I have a lot of courses as well on different art projects.
Yeah, you've been in books and magazines and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Marcy, thanks again. I had a pleasure arting with you.
It was very fun.
And until next time from Stone Coat Countertops, don't forget, you got this. And we'll see you on the next video.
Stone Coat Countertops, you got